Hey guys, John here, Mr. Forex Fire, and in this video we are going to be going over how to use MT4, how to download and how to install it onto your desktop computer or laptop. If you can, be so kind, please give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button on the YouTube channel and hit the notification bell for any further videos that we do. Okay, so with that out of the way, I just want to talk a little bit about MT4, what it is and what I'm going to be trying to condense into such a short video for you guys. So MT4 is a platform that we use to trade Forex with. It's one of the most commonly used platforms to trade Forex. There is other platforms, but the MT4 allows you the ability to sort of customize with things like alerts and EEs, expert advisors and indicators. So we're going to be sort of going over the sort of overview, which is a bit similar to what I've just spoke about here, what it's all about. We're going to be talking about how to download the MT4, how to log into your MT4, adding symbols in the market watch, the navigator window, the terminal window, the opening charts in MT4, how to place trades in the MT4, modifying your trades, customizing your charts, drawing lines and objects, adding indicators, saving the chart as a default, installing custom indicators, installing EEs, and also we'll be doing another video about MetaTrader 4 on your mobile. Okay, so I may be pausing between chapters, but that's what I'm going to try and get across today in this video. Okay, so I'll see you in a minute. Hi and welcome back. So when it comes to your MT4, okay, you'll see on here I've just got a random broker, which is IC Markets. You can use any broker, to be fair, but to stop the confusion of when you just put in MT4 on Google, generally when you try to download MT4 from MT4 platform itself, when you go to install that, it will generally override it and try to put you to MT5. So the best way to get around that and stop that complication happening to you is simply pick a broker. You can simply look at any broker on the internet. Best to make sure that these are regulated. It just means your money is safe with these guys. From there, you can simply click on platform and you click on the preferred method of trading. On here, it's MT4. From there, you just download it. You can click on the bottom and then you can open up your trade MT4 platform account with the broker of your choice. Okay, so that is how you would get hold of the MT4 platform. We'll see you in the next bit. Hi guys, and in this little chapter we are going to be going over the MT4 and how you log into your account. So by the time you have downloaded your MT4, you can easily find this by again going onto a Google search, type in the broker's name and then put MT4, and that will just bring up the MT4 platform for that particular broker. Okay, from there, once you've got it all installed, you just simply open your MT4 icon up with your broker, and from here I have a funded account with my broker at the moment, and this is all logged in automatically. From there you can just click on the file on the top. Okay, you can go to things like log into your trade account. From there you will put in your login number and password to the server that your broker has given you for that. So this is a challenge account for myself at the moment, and it's currently logged in. From there, you can also on the bottom of here do it from the bottom end as well. There is different accounts here. You can say I'm logged in at the moment. You can right click, you can open an account as well. So from there You'll see there's various different brokers on there. If you want to look for your broker, you just go to add new broker and type in, let's say you went with Pepperstone. You can click on here, search for Pepperstone, and this brings up all of the servers for that particular broker. So I hope that bit has made sense. If you need any further help, just drop a message in the chat. Right, so the next bit I want to quickly talk about is the market watch. Now, on the left-hand side, you will see we have a plethora of different instruments, or sort of a panel of currencies on here. This is the market watch area. From there, you can right-click. Okay, we'll just go to hide all. Okay, that'll hide all of the ones that are available to you. These are the ones that come currently sort of installed, pre-done with the broker that I'm with. Okay, from there you can simply right-click inside of the window. You can click on spread. This is very, very useful. This is going to tell you your spread. So when you're factoring in anything from your trading view sort of setups, you can add this amount of extra pips to cover you for your spread. That is vital for when you are wanting to do your chart layups on trading view and crossing it over to the MT4. That's a top tip for this at the moment. Again, you can right click, click on symbols. From there, you can add different things. You can add the crypto. You'll see the Bitcoin just being added there. Let's have a look. We've got gold. You can add gold. Again, you can add these one by one or individually for the one for your personal trading preference. From there, again, if you want to reset anything at any given time, you just go to hide all. This will just keep everything down to a minimum of what your broker has supplied automatically. But if you want to show all, you just right click in here and show all. Okay, that just brings everything back up. You can get rid of the market watch at any given time, and if you want it back on, you've got the two little arrows just above here. This brings it back into play. Okay, so that's it for your market watch area. Right, so now we move on to the window that is just below your market watch, which is the navigator, and that is situated on the bottom corner here. Okay, now inside of your navigator, this will currently tell you a plethora of different information. It's going to give you obviously your broker that you're using, the accounts. You open up this window, it'll tell you all the individual accounts you have, okay, and any other brokers that you're using. From there, it's also going to show you indicators. We'll go a little bit further in depth on what these indicators are later in this video. We also have expert advisors if there's anything that you're using to help you with your trading journey. Okay, now what will happen is sometimes from time to time you may click on something and your navigator window will disappear. You don't worry, all you need to do is just go to the very back top end here, and it's highlighted with a star as a favorite sign with a folder saying navigator. We just simply click on this button and it pops back up into this area, and that's it for your navigator. We'll cover indicators and expert advisors a little further in the video. Okay. Right, so the next bit that we are going to be going over is the bottom window, which is called the terminal. Okay, now the terminal is everything that is situated within your account. It normally has on this trade, there's only a couple of tabs you really need to take notice of. You've got your trade. In this window, it's going to tell you the balance, the equity, and then obviously any trades that are open, which is this one here. I've got one open up at the minute. I've got this on purpose just so you can see this for display purposes. We've got one open. Okay, from there you've got the account history. Now the account history goes a lot more in depth. Every single trade you've taken over the time of having that account live, it's going to tell you all the lot sizes, the profit and loss, and if you scroll right the way down the bottom, it's going to tell you what you are currently in. At the moment, I've got this account in $30 odd of profit. I just started it not long ago, so I'm just using small lot sizes, to be fair. Everything else you really don't need to use. You've got news alerts, mailbox market, signals, articles, code base. Experts, it's just going to tell you if you've got anything initiated on your expert side, but again, we'll go into that a bit more in depth in this video later on. And the journal is just basically a history on everything that is sort of happening on every click of the button within your MT4. Okay, so the ones you really need to concentrate on mainly is your trade. Okay, it's going to tell you what's currently open. You can close trades out by clicking on the X here, or you can look at your account history and look at what you've done, profit and profit loss, and gains and losses, basically the PL report. From there, if you lose the terminal and it disappears, you don't need to worry. You just need to go back to the top. You'll see this little window here. It says terminal. Pretty self-explanatory when you hover over the top of these the mouse over the icons, and that will bring it back on. And then I tend to keep this on trade for my own personal preference. I think everybody else will sort of use that as well. Okay, so that is the terminal side of the MT4. Right, and so we want to now look at how do we open a chart into the MT4 terminal. Now you'll see I'm blank at the moment. I've got some opened up on the bottom here, but I'm going to show you how to do this fresh from the start. You are looking into the area of the market watch area. There's a couple of ways to do it. You can either drag and drop onto this area and it'll drop the chart in. From there, it's got a floating sort of aspect. You can click maximize on there. From there, if you want to go back down to a floating area, you simply just click on the four windows on there. It sort of condenses other windows in there if you've got any on there at this given time. Again, from there you can get rid of that there. So that's just dragging and dropping. From there, you can sort of click on here, and you can see on here you want a chart window, and that will bring it back up. Okay, so it's either drag and drop or right click and then click on chart window. Okay, now what we're going to be doing next, I'll be on the next video in a moment, just bear with me. Right, so we're back again. So I do apologize for the in and out of the briefness of this. So when you've got your window open, okay, let's just take a look. You have the options of on the top the time frame. Okay, so we're currently on the 1 hour. So on here is a plethora of different time frames. You've got a 1 minute, you've got 5 minutes, you've got 15 minutes, you've got 30 minutes, a 1 hour, 4 hour, daily, weekly, monthly. Okay, now when it comes to the structure and everything else, price is price. It's the same for everywhere on the charts at any given time. All it means is when you're coming down in your time frame, the candles become fractal. So basically it breaks it down into different segments. Okay, so that's that on there. From there, on the very top on here, you've got different areas. Okay, so you can zoom in, you've got magnification. Okay, you can zoom into your chart, and we're going to go over customizing in a moment. You can zoom in or you can zoom out. Okay, just whatever feels best for your eyes visually to be able to trade from and work upon. From there, to the left of the two magnifications, you've got the candlesticks. And again, just hover your mouse over here. It's going to tell you what it's all about. You've got a line chart. If you want to work from a break of structure aspect and see if price has actually broken structure, this is another good tip with regards to, instead of looking for the wicks and the candles, if you're unsure that some of this broken structure, you can quickly flip to a line chart and see from here, you can clearly see this is broken down below the structure of here. Okay, so that is that with regards to bringing up your chart on the screen. We'll see you in the next one. Right, so in this short burst on the tutorial, we're going to be talking about how do you execute orders and how do you take trades. Okay, there's a couple of different ways on here. We're going to go over how to modify your trades as well. So you can see I've got one active at the moment. Now we'll talk about modifying these charts in a moment, because again, when we're looking at this sort of stuff, it is a little bit busy on the eye. So we'll go over customizing very shortly. So if you are wanting to place a trade, there is a couple of ways you can do this. If you right click and do one-click trading, that will bring this up in the window. Okay, so it's going to give you the sell price and the buy price at this given time. This in the middle is your lot size. So you can manually go up, or you can go manually down, or you can put in whatever lot size you want. Obviously, when you're trading, just starting out, you want to use proper risk to reward. Those will be in further videos within the Discord that I've got. If you're not in there already, just click on the website on the top of here, and it'll take you there. So for this purpose, we are going to show you how to manually do a trade, or how to execute a trade and sort of move the parameters. Okay, so you can sort of do the buy or sell. That will bring up the green line on here. So if you can imagine, if I put sell, that will bring up the green line, and let's say that's on here. Okay, and it's executed, and it's put this area in at the moment. Now if you want to adjust or modify, once you've got this green line on here saying that you've entered the buy or sell, you can then drag a line up overs, and it's going to tell you stop loss. Okay, so you can modify this and move it up or down. Okay, a bit like that, and it's going to tell you where you've modified to. Just take a look. Let's put that back where it was, and then likewise for, if we just scroll out, going on the minus, you'll see my take profits down here. Okay, so this is going to allow you, once you drag from the green line, I must stress, so you drag down overs. So once you drag this line from the green line down overs, it's then going to show you over here, it's a TP area. So you can put this anywhere you want and modify it to any stage of the trade. Okay, so I've got this down to here at the moment. From there, you could also right click, okay, and you could click on trading, and you can set new order. From there, this opens up the order window. Just to go through a few things that are on here, you've got your volume, so it's the lot size that you're going to use. You could input a stop loss area. You could put a take profit. You could write a comment in there to tell you why you're taking this sort of trade. From there, you can use market execution, which is when you click the buy or sell by market, it's going to enter instantly. Or if you are obviously got an entry down on here, you are going to be putting this as a buy limit, and above the current price it'll be a sell limit. Those I'll not go too much into at the moment, because that's for later on in a different video for the section in Discord. Okay, so you could do it that way, or you could simply right click, and if you are below price, okay, if you are below price and you right click, it's going to offer you a buy limit. If you are above price, it's going to change that to a sell limit. Okay, so that's just a tip on that. Again, when you first get the in-depth one touch trading on here, when you click on the one click trading, okay, when you first click on that, you may get another pop-up window on your screen to tell you, do you accept the terms? You just click yes, and then that will give you the ability to do that on here. So that is how you sort of take trades and modify trades. Right, so this next bit, we're going to be talking about how to customize your chart to make it the colors that you want. Okay, so if we just scroll in a bit on here, we can see the candles on here. Okay, so to get rid of all this sort of stuff and get it to an easy on the eye sort of visual representation of how you want to trade, you can right click, scroll all the way down, go to properties, and this commonly opens up an area. Okay, now one thing I want to mention as you start using MT4, if you click on common and unclick the chart auto scroll, this just means you can go back in history. Okay, you can go back in history without it jumping back to the price that it originally is. Okay, so as you can see, as we go back, we've gone back all the way to the 29th of November. If I right click, go to properties, bring on the auto scroll, it will jump back to the beginning where we are. And it is currently the 29th of December. Okay. From there, again, right click, properties, stay on colors. Now the background, this will be, and click OK. The background is changing the background, as you can see. Go back to the properties. Let's just say we want to keep that on black. The foreground is the indication of instruments on the navigation stuff on the sides. So this will change everything on here. We'll go back to properties again. We can change this to the white. From there, the grid, and just take a look. The grid, you can click this to none. So when you've got this on here, it just gets rid of that noise. It cleans it up a bit. And then obviously on the properties, you've got your bar up or your bar down. These will be the outline, okay, of the candles. So you could change these to black should you wish. The bear candle or the bull candle, the bull is generally when the buyers are in control. So a lot of people like to have this as green, and the bear is the sellers, okay? So a lot of people like to have these as red. So when you click on this, this is giving you your classic basic red to green look. Again, if you want to give a more definition on your candles, click on properties. You can see right with the bar down, which is the bear, I want to have that as the same red, and the bar up, which is our bull, I want to have that as the green. And it sort of gives you a more high-end definition, a definitive look on doing that, on customizing the chart. And that's simply it. Everything else that is on here on the properties, your ask line and everything, things like that, I would just leave it as is. You just really need to sort of change maybe your, if you want to go for a lighter color, go for your background. And then that just means you would need, if you went with a lighter background, you would need to change the foreground to a more sort of darker color, and that will highlight this up like that. Again, if you went with that, I would tend to go on the properties and change the bar up to black and the bar down to black. What that's going to do is just going to give it a more high definition area. So basically, if you've got a light background, you want to do the outline of the bar up and the bar down. So a light background, you want the bar up and the bar down as a dark color. And if you're on a dark background, you want to keep the candles of the bar up and the bar down the same color as your candles to keep it with that high definition look. Okay, so that's it on customizing the chart. From there, you can go on to template. Okay, and if you like the look of your template, you can simply right click, go to template, save, and then give it a name. Okay, and then from there, once you give it a name, you can just simply right click. If you've got something that's pre sort of saved, go to template, and on here I've got one called the fire, and this is my chart layout on how I like my things to look. Okay, and that's it on customizing charts. Right, so on this part or this little segment, I just want to go over how do we draw lines and objects onto your chart to help you visualize and look at structure visually. Okay, so on the top, you've got an area of different menus. You will see insert. Okay, so you've got subcategories. Again, ignore the indicators. We'll go over that very shortly. So you've got a vertical line. You see, right, that's where we are on price at this given time. We've got, again, a trend line. So if you want to do a trend line, you just simply click trend line and drag, keep a hold of the left button on the mouse, and you can let go of the left button, and that will drop the trend line on there. From there, you've got, let's just take a look again. We've done trend line, horizontal line. If you're looking for area where you've got the support and things like that, or resistance, you can do that. Again, you double click on it, it lets you drag and sort of modify these here. Again, double click, it will let you drag and move these around. Okay, once we go back on the insert, And we've got shapes. Okay, so let's say we go on the shapes and you've got a rectangle. We can see on here, we can mark out a consolidated zone so you can know where the consolidation is, where price could possibly come back in to retest certain area on here to maybe then shoot up onto a higher end of liquidity. And again, all that comes further in the Discord as well. Insert again, you've got shapes, you've got little icons with arrows and thumbs up, thumbs down. Again, I'm not going to go into too much detail on these. These could come further in the Discord. We've got Fibonacci stuff. And again, channels, all that is for further in the Discord for advanced things. Okay, so have fun with that. Have a look, draw your lines, your vertical lines, your trend lines. Okay, from there, if you go into trend line properties, if you want to go onto array, you can do that. Okay, that just extends it out as well. So that's right click, trend line properties, parameters, click on rear. That would take it back down. But if you want to extend that out, you just right click, trend line properties, parameters, and then hit the rear, and that just extends it further to infinity. Okay, so that is how you would sort of insert and draw your lines, your boxes and things like that. Right, so over the next bit, I just want to talk about if you've got these lines on here and you want to get rid of them, you just need to, let's take a look, click on here, hit delete, and it will take these away, okay? From there, next, I want to talk about indicators. Now, I'm not going to go too much in depth how to put in custom indicators at this stage. That will be later in the Discord that we have. And again, if you want access to that, just go to the website above my head and you'll get access to our Forex via Discord. Okay, so if you want to do it with the inbuilt indicators, you just go to insert, highlight the indicators, and let's say you want to put moving average. Okay, you just click on that, and then that's going to put this on the bottom. To get rid, indicator list, right click, moving average, delete. Okay, and that will take it back off. Again, insert another one, indicators, custom. We've got just see if I can find some custom moving averages. So on here you can see, all right, on your inputs you want your values, put your colors, your visualization, and just add that, and you can see we've got the moving average built into this. And again, indicator list, right click, custom, you can edit, you can bring this back up, you can put your inputs, you can see, all right, you want a period, and if you go to 200, you'll see this shift. Let's say you didn't like the color, you just double click on the red, go on your drop down, and then you can make it possibly yellow. You can do the width, make it a little bit thicker, and then click OK. And then what will happen is, where are we at? There we are there. So that's going to add it as a 200, a little bit more visual, but then we'll delete it. And then again, insert, you can add other indicators on here. You can put the alligator on there, put your preferences in there, and then just click on that. And this just adds those indicators on there. Again, right click, go to indicators list. You can go into here, you can edit, again, edit to whatever parameters you want, or you can simply just go to highlight and delete. And then when you close, that closes it off. That's how you would add your customize, not the customize, but it lets you add your built-in indicators to your chart. Right, so let's say you want to save your chart. Again, we went over this just a moment ago. Let's just add a few things. Let's just say we wanted to add a few indicators. Okay, let's say we put the Bollinger Bands on. We work with Bollinger Bands. Let's say you also wanted to have the average true range. Okay, you've got that down here. And again, when you go to the line, you can sort of minimize this down. Let's just say you wanted that saved as your default trading area. You would right click anywhere on the window chart, go to template, Okay, save your template, and I'm going to call this test temp, okay, because it's not what I'm going to be using, but I'm just going to show you what happens. Just click on that, and let's just say we want to bring on a new chart. Again, you can right click the chart window. It brings up the default like this all the time. Again, we saved what we've just done there. You would right click, go to your template, look for the test temp, which is what we call it, and that brings it up like what we've just saved. So that's going to save you a lot of time to have to redraw everything up. Just when you drag and drop new charts onto your screen, you save it. Again, you would just save it by going to template, save template, give it a name, and then from there, when you open up a new chart, you simply go to right click, template, load a template, and then on this instance, you could just click on, it will be test temp. I'm going to put this back to the fire template, which is what I use just to show you. But again, that will just revert it back to the standard one that I tend to use. And that's how you would save a template. Right, so the next video is custom indicators and how do you add these to your chart. Again, custom indicators is something that is not standard to your chart or MT4. You would need to find maybe a downloadable indicator that you've come across, and to install it, it's easy. You just need to go to File, Open Data Folder. That opens this up. You go to MQL4. From there, obviously, you need your indicators list. And then you're just going to drag and drop your newly found indicator into here, or right click, copy, and then paste into here. Okay. And that's as easy as that. Once you've done that, all you need to do is to simply go onto your navigator, click on here, right click, and then hit refresh. That refreshes that window, and anything that has been loaded up to that will then sort of put everything into alphabetical categorical order. Okay, and then from there, again, this is one of my custom indicators that I've got. This is what we call a pip count. I just drag and drop it onto there, and then I just click OK, and that's going to tell me how many pips of profit or how many pips of loss that I'm currently in. Again, the trade while we've been doing this video, I'm 6 pips of profit in the good, in the blue. When you are down on your trade on this will be an orange number. In this instance, it's going to be blue. And again, I just put a very minimal lot size, to be fair, while I've been doing this video, just to showcase up to this point. So that is how you would sort of put your custom built indicators in. You just go to Insert, File, Open Data Folder. Again, you would then go to MQL4, open your indicators, drag and drop your new indicator into here, or right click, copy and paste it into here. Once you've done that, close the window, right click inside of the navigator window, and then hit refresh, and that just refreshes everything into what needs to be put into there. Okay, and that is how you do your custom indicator. Right, now we're going to talk about installing expert advisors. Okay, so on your navigator, we'll just get that down here, you have another subcategory called expert advisors. Now, expert advisors could be anything from that, something that auto trades for you. It could be something that manages a trade for you. Or it could be anything that it's just basically an expert advisor is just it's a code of a robot that's going to be doing certain things within your trading. Okay, so to add one of those to your trading arsenal, you need to go to File, Open Data Folder. From there, MQL4, go to Experts, and again, you simply drag and drop, or you right click, copy and paste, and drop it into here. From there, it's as simple as, again, right click into the navigator window and hit refresh. That will just repopulate everything inside of there. And then from there, all you are doing is you are simply just going to drag and drop your expert advisor in there. Now, all expert advisors have different menus within inside of them to help you manage your trade. And again, you are just opening this up, drop it in. What you would possibly need to do when you drop an expert advisor on your MT4 is click on Common. Okay, you would need to allow the DLL imports. Okay, so again, just to drag and drop another one on there. if I was to put this one on here, again, going on to common, put all my parameters in there, click on common, make sure that is clicked to allow the auto trader to do it. You would also need to click on the very top of here to allow the auto trading, and you will see on here a little smiley face just to see that is working. Okay, from there, when you put your parameters in, okay, and you want the ETA to do what it needs to do, you can go to save. Okay, click on the save and then give it a name. Okay, when you give it a name, all that means is you save it as that set file, and then once you reopen it back up, so let's say we go back on the manager on here, you can go to then load and then click the said file, and then from there you can just click open, and then it opens up your parameters, as you can see on there. So again, if I just run through that one more time, when you first load this up, you want to make sure you've got allow DLL. Okay, go on to inputs. This is 001000 common false 53, right? So I'm going to load, and then I go to my set file, open. That's my set parameters for that particular expert advisor. You don't really need to know what this is all about. This is just showing you what you can do with loading, saving, and applying the ETA. Okay, and then from there, you simply click OK, and that'll load it up. Make sure, again, you've got auto trading set as green. This will go red once you unclick it. And obviously when it's green, it's got the happy face. It just allows the auto trader to do what it needs to do. And now you can see we're currently moving into a nice little bit of profit. Yeah, it's only minimal, but again, for this purpose, it's just showing you what I'm doing on this video. Okay, and that's installing your indicators and your ETAs. All right, so we'll stop the share from there. So if you found this video informative, please remember to give it the thumbs up. Please remember to give it the thumbs up and hit the subscribe and the notification bell. From there, guys, again, if you are not already inside of the Discord, you're just watching this via YouTube, go to the website above my head on there. There is a chat feature on there. Get straight through to me, and we'll have a chat on how to get you started within the Discord channel. Okay, so I hope you found this video informative. Please let me know if you need any further help or advice, guys. We'll go over MT4 for mobile in a further future video as well. Thank you.